This is Paul saying the market speculator with the trade report for Friday, October 9th, 2015. SPY, nice move yesterday, remounting the 50-day moving average and holding this gap fill that we were talking about yesterday. So very clean, very strong close here above these two key levels. Closed at 201.21, now 204, or about to be exact 203.97. The open gap here is in play. This is positive, it's bullish. We become slightly bullish. The only caveat is this was a reaction to yesterday's Fed minutes. And often these things can reverse in a day or two. So technically, very nice here. And I would have been long SPY yesterday had it not been on that catalyst. So keep that in mind. That doesn't mean it's going to reverse. This is positive here, but we want to see how it reacts for a few days. And maybe if it pulls back in a little bit, that gives us better value to take a shot, because right now we've got to get in at 201 and probably have to have our stop down here at 198. And again, we're not usually trading SPY. We're trading something like SPXL, so it would correspond with that. But still, I'd like to get a little better value. We'll see how we close today, and then maybe make a move for 204 here. The other thing to consider is we've made this really big run from an intraday level of 187 here all the way up to 201. 8 days, 7 of 8 days have been positive, and they've been pretty strong positive days here. So we're ready for a rest here, but hopefully if we do rest, from the bullish perspective, it's a pretty tight consolidation above this level. So that's what we're going to be keying in on. We talked about the start of the week. We're looking at one of two things: either the gap fill up here filling, the gap fill up here filling, or the gap fill down here filling. It looks like we've got the gap fill to the upside so far. Now, 2 trades yesterday because of this. I was finally stopped out of the SPXU position. It closed at 34.64. The stop was around 35.25 or 30. Now remember, with this, there was 2 ways we were playing with this. One was the setup, and 2 was as a balance to the longs that we were taking. But since I had taken some other shorts, I decided not to worry so much about that. And then yesterday, AMBA here moving nicely, got out at the upper 56s here, and the entry was up here at 61.80. So a nice move here, and this is the breakdown signal now. We talked about this. This was a very weak dead cat bounce type of move here, and now we have the breakdown. Maybe I should have stuck with it, but it moved so much that I just wanted to take the profit here. Now, if we pull back up a little today, I may re-short. If we get up to 59 or 60, I may look to get back in. Remember, we talked about this before. This could be setting up for a move. There's still room to run, even though it looks like it's moved a lot. These things, on their second leg down, still can find a nice move here. We could get all the way down here to 45 or even 35. It is a broken stock. Now to review our positions. Looks this morning like I'm going to get stopped out at EWZ. Pre-market, it's at about 35.20 right now. Or sorry, not 35, 25. 35 would be bad, but we're short EWZ. It's at about 25.20 right now. And we'll set, I'm going to wait and see here how it reacts. I'll probably have my stop above this pivot high here. Well, actually, that's too high for me. So I'll probably have it around 25.40 or so, but that's not a hard stop. It could hit that level, and if I think it could pull back in, I'll stick with it. So look out for alerts and what my commentary is on that throughout the day. Google holding that 50-day moving average about 15 points above our entry. Amazon pulled back in here, tested the 50-day, and put in a hammer here, which is a positive at 533. And now hopefully we can get that run up. And then cyber, Not really doing much here. And again, we're short cyber. Stop is a little above 55. So let's review our focus list now, and we'll start with some of the indexes. IBB still lagging the market, closed down yesterday. Not looking great. Looks like we'll probably, with this kind of action, I would expect to test a 290. So maybe we could start to take a shot in here, because this is lagging the market. Yesterday's nice move, IBB should have been up here, and it was not. So maybe worth taking a shot, shorting IBB. You can use BIS, you can use LABD, one of those two would be an effective short of the biotech sector. INDL, we talked about the BRIC countries. Most of them very extended. EWZ, although it is making a nice move today. This one's consolidating after a nice run here. So, and again, we took our profit here from about 14 to 16, and now we're looking for a good entry. Maybe we have it now, and we can play these gaps to the upside. So I still like INDL a lot. Now, China, FCX, very extended. We've had, looks like 9 days of a run here. Needs to pull back for us to enter. It's tough to enter here. And again, we'd be using yen. Brazil, which we are short now just because of that extended move, but looking like it's going to make a run today. But we'll most likely get stopped out. But then we'd need a pullback for entry. Now the focus list, let's look at the China stocks, all pretty extended, and we need some pullbacks. So not a whole lot from the long side today, just because everything is so extended. Energy, you can see, very extended. So we need some stuff to pull back in. Fit, maybe a short setup is kind of has this rounded look moving towards the lows, which we talked about, breaking down below this level. So that might be a decent short setup. And then some of our stocks that were looking negative but now have come back a bit. UA had broke down here, but now has remounted and looks pretty good. So that's on the radar. CMG, I was getting really bearish on, but now has remounted the moving average. I'd like to see a couple more candles above that moving average before entry. So maybe this is stuff for next week. FCX looking really good. We talked about this as being one of our favorite bottoming formations here, but now has remounted. But we need a little bit of a pullback here. Twitter, remounting. We need all these, basically need a little bit of pullback, and maybe we get that today because pre-market futures are opening pretty much break even right now. And oil, I forgot to mention that in our current positions. We've been sticking with oil here, and it's doing really well now, up 1.5 points pre-market. So that would get us to an open in the 14s now, and closed at 1370. So we're getting this nice run off the remount here. And again, our target with this is around 1450 to 15 for a partial profit. And then we're going to go for a bigger move, 20 to 25, once we've got that partial profit locked in. And that's really it for today. We need some stuff to pull back. Otherwise, be content with your current positions. And I'll have an update later today.